Welcome to Hack the File. I'm Michael Lopez, and on today's episode, we're going to be picking up where we left off on the network basic for hackers. Enjoy. All right, everybody, we're back. We are back. Man, I've been busier than a bumblebee in July. Um, I've been trying to set up all kinds of businesses and all kinds of whatnots, and my contract is up for teaching, so I'm looking for another teaching position. I'm trying to get my cybersecurity school up and running here in Idaho Falls. So it's been busy, man. I am really busy, but I'll be able to make videos definitely weekly in the summer. So I'm gonna be posting. If you follow me on LinkedIn, follow me on LinkedIn. We're gonna I post old videos, and videos that I never posted on here, but I've been doing that. But yeah, so I'm gonna be making new videos now, so I'm gonna try to finish up the networking basic for hackers, and we're gonna get started on chapter 4. Now this is the book that basically is a digital copy of a book because it's not available on digital yet. So I'm just trying to jump back into cyber since I've been doing comic books and all kinds of stuff you ain't never even heard of. So, yeah, let's get back into making these videos and let's get back into cyber. So here we go. All right, chapter 4: Linux firewalls. Crucial to securing their systems without the high cost of commercial systems. It only requires a bit of knowledge and training. A firewall is a subsystem on a computer that blocks certain network traffic from going into or out of a computer. Firewalls can be either software or hardware based. Hardware based firewalls generally are used to protect a network and the computers on it, while a software based firewall protects the system hosting it. Protects the system hosting it. All right. IP tables is a flexible firewall utility built for Linux and other Unix-based operating systems. It uses the command line to set up policy chains to allow or block traffic. When someone tries to connect to your computer, IP tables automatically looks for a rule to match the type of traffic. If it doesn't find a match, it falls back to the default action. The IP tables firewall was developed by the NetFilter project and has been available as part of the Linux kernel since January 2001. As IP tables have matured over the years, it has developed the functionality of many of the proprietary commercial firewalls. So only authenticated admins will be allowed SSH access, file system, HTTP, other requests. All HTTP users are allowed website access. All other traffic is blocked. Apache application, PHP database. IP table basics. Okay, tables are an IP construct that defines categories of functionality such as packet filtering or NAT. There are 4 tables: filter, NAT, mangle, and raw. Filter is the default table if none other is specified. NAT is used to rewrite the source and or destination of the packets. Mangle is used for packet alteration, such as modifying TCP headers. Raw is used for configuring exemptions from connection traffic. Chains. Each table has its own built-in chains, and the user can define their own chains. Chains are lists of rules within tables. For our purpose here, the most important chains are input, output, and forward. Okay, input. This chain is for packets destined for the local system. Output. This chain is for packets leaving the local system. Forward. This chain is for packets being routed through the local system. Match. A match is where a packet meets the condition established by the rule. IP tables then processes the packet according to the action in the rule. Targets. IP tables supports a set of targets that trigger an action when the packet meets the condition of a rule. The most important of these are accept, allow the packet to pass, drop the packet, log, reject, drop the packet and send back an error, and return. Installing IP tables. IP tables comes installed on nearly every Linux and NIC system, but if for some reason your system doesn't have IP tables installed, you can download it from the repository. So let's just, man, I don't know if you can, yeah, you can zoom on this. Let's zoom in. And you can't see none of that. Okay, configuring the default policy. So let's just see if we got our IP tables on ours. Let's go here. Okay, so IP tables version 1.811, no command specified. Let's do an update and everything while we're reading, because I'm sure we're not gonna have to do anything, right? So let's do. Man, it's been a minute since. Oh man, so what is it? App update. Sudo app update. It's been a minute since I've done any of this. So let's sudo app update everything. Oh man, I forgot I'm not connected to the NinjaNet. Let me see. Where's my firewall? Let me see. Okay, so my firewall is 0. I don't have any. Okay, let's put this into let's put this on a net just really quick and see if I can connect. Let's see if I can do this. I might have to. And let's do. I guess let's upgrade. Oh my gosh. I don't think that's right. Oh, that is. Alright, let's just let this run in the background for a minute. Alright, so what I just did was I updated and upgraded everything. So this probably will be upgraded too. Or updated. Alright. As you can see in the screenshot above, our chains are all set by default to accept. Okay, so it wants me to run this. Let's pause and then we'll come back when this update is done. Let me see. Where am I at? Clip champ. Oh, wait a minute. Am I not? Oh, there it is. All right, everything's updated. We're ready to rock. Let's see what. And let's restart this. Let's restart it and then let's see. We'll just leave it on the Ninja Net. I might have to do some stuff online. Man. All right, let's get this done. All right, let's see what it wants us to do. It wants us to configure the default policy. Before we begin configuring our IP tables, we must first decide what will be our default policy. In other words, what should the firewall do to packets that do not match any rule? To see the default policy on our policy chains, let's simply enter sudo iptables-big L. Let's do that and see what we got. Alright, so this says that our chain input policy accept target PROT opt source destination chain forward policy accept target PROT or prot opt source chain output policy accept. All right, let's see what all this means. That looks about the same as what we got. As you can see, the screenshot above, our chains are all set by default to accept. Most times you will want your system to accept connections by default, but on very secure systems you may want to set the default to block and then write rules for every type of accepted connection. This is very secure but very tedious and maintenance intensive. From now, let's leave the default policy to accept. iTables help. Next, let's take a look at the help screen for iTables. Let's do iTables help. IP tables version uses, and there's all the stuff, here's all the commands. And let's see what all this means. In the first of these screens, you can see the key options -A, -D, -L. They are all uppercase, and they append, delete, and list the chain respectively. In the second screen, we can see the options -s, -d, -j. These are all lowercase and indicate the source address, the destination address, and the target respectively. So let's find those up. Since I can't see that really good, let's look. All right, here's -d. I'm sorry, -a, append, -c, check for existing rule, -d, delete. Delete, new chain, create a new define, IP4. Where's the little dash S and stuff? List. Append, check, delete, insert, list rules, flush, 0, new, rename, protocol, source, target, go to match, verbose, table, exact, fragment, set. Okay. I don't see no dash little s in here. What is that? Am I tripping or do I not see that? Oh, right there. Dash S. Huh. Let's see what this is saying. In the second screen, so this screen. It says we can see the option dash S. Where? I don't see no option dash S. Oh, up there? Oh. Dash D. Dash J. So it's in like where the okay, so ours doesn't have that, does it? I didn't see that. I didn't see ours having that. Oh, right there. Man, I'm blind. It's right there in front of my face. Dash J. Source address, destination, and target. Create some rules. Next, let's create some rules. Let's assume that you want to block any packets coming from the IP address 192.168.1.102. To create this rule, we simply do the following. Dash A, which stands for append, right? Yeah, append. This append, dash A, this append this rule to the chain. Input, look for match packets coming to the local system. Dash S, set the source destination of the packet. Dash J, set the target, in this case drop. If we want to drop packets destined for a particular port, we can use the dash P option followed by the protocol TCP, and then the dash D port, destination port, followed by the port SSH. Should I do this? Let's do that. Might give us some kind of example or something. Hold up. I need to copy this. Ah, come on, don't be tweaking. Let's clear this. Then let's start over. Okay, so sudo IP tables. Can't type today. I'm rusty. Dash big A for append. Input. Dash little s for, what was that for? Source. 192.168.1.101, which is nothing to us. Dash J, drop. All right. If we want to accept connections to the website Amazon.com, we could build a rule that accepts outgoing connection output over the TCP protocol. to Amazon.com. All right, let's do that. But sudo now why are we doing all this, right? You're probably going, I'll never remember that. Well, that's the point. We're If you want to get good at something, you have to continually do it over and over and over and over again. And it's like after you've done it over and over and over and over again, you know how to do it, and then you understand what the hell you're doing, right? I mean, that's just simple. You know, I think it's dash little p. Now, most of this stuff, like you should know what an IP address is. You should know what TCP is. If you're following me and you're following the cybersecurity channel, it's actually for beginners and intermediates and advanced later, but if you don't know something, you need to Google it. So pause the video and Google it, or pause the video and ask your favorite AI or whatever you do. Look it up in the book, write it down, take a picture. I don't care. And see what TCP stands for and what it means and what is it. Now don't go down a big old rabbit hole, because I mean it's going to tell you it's a protocol, and then you're going to go, what's a protocol? But then I advise you to see what a protocol is, right? Don't shoot down the rabbit hole too far. Always try to come back up, because you go down that rabbit hole and then you won't come back for a while. I mean, you know that, I know that. But as you're following this video or watching this video, if you're kind of like, my recommendation always is, what's TCP? Then look it up real quick, right? What's a protocol? Skip that for now. Just find out what TCP is. Come back to that, what a protocol is, right? Because it goes. Protocols are kind of a hard concept to grasp when you're a beginner. Now, if you've already know all this stuff, then you're good, right? But yeah, it's repetition. Okay. Amazon.com. That's why I'm doing these videos. I want repetition in my life when it comes to cyber, right? -J. I don't know what he put right here. Accept. I'm assuming he put accept, but you can't see it here, right? See ACC, and then the book doesn't allow me to see, so I'm assuming it's accept. Yeah, because we're, it's up here. The command is up here. Okay, so it is accept. Down here you can't see it. All right. It's important to note. Okay, actually, let's go ahead and accept that. It looks like it's taking the commands, so. All right, I got 6 minutes left on this video. I'm gonna try to make it a little bit longer, so we're gonna keep going. We might try to get through this chapter. Oh man, we're almost done. Man, I love this book. All right, so if we want to accept connections to the website Amazon.com, we could build a rule that accepts outgoing connections output over the TCP protocol to Amazon.com. We already did this. What am I doing? I reread that one? Or wait a minute, we were supposed to do this one. Drop. No. We already dropped this, didn't we? I don't think we did this one. Oh yeah, we did. Well, let's look up to see what commands I used. Yeah, we already did that one. All right, so we're good. All right, it's important to note that IP tables will do a DNS lookup. Like I said, you don't know what DNS is, Google it. And then if you're a basic and it says some bigger words in there, don't go down the rabbit hole. Like I said, just DNS. We'll look up the whole everything you need to do later on. Look up only at the time of the creation of the rule. If the IP address changes, the rule will become ineffective. For this reason, it is preferable to use the IP address of a domain. If we want to block access to other websites, we could just create the following rules. Let's do this and then let's test it, right? Because that's ultimately what we're doing here, right? It's gonna be fun. All right. So sudo IP tables -a output -p TCP dport 80 -j drop. Now that is port 80, and then we'll just press up, and then we'll do port 443. Now, if you guys are new to this channel and you don't know what I'm doing, I mean, you don't know about me, I don't do these beforehand. So whenever I make these videos, I go through this book or whatever books I'm doing. I do it live. I don't pre-screen. Sometimes I look at it ahead of time to see what I need, and that's about it. Everything I do is troubleshooting, so we learn how to troubleshoot this together and get it to work together, right? That's the point of my show, if you guys didn't know. And for those that you do know, you know that this is basically every time we do something is for the first time, usually, right? Sometimes not. Sometimes if I've gone through it before, it's probably because it was too exciting for me and I had to do it and I couldn't wait. And then I'm just redoing it for the video, right? But I still show you if I came across any kind of problems and how I troubleshot it and I got it to work anyways, right? So that's the point of this show, of this series and my channel, is to show you how to do things and then troubleshoot through them if you can't get them to work. Let's go and press that. All right, sudo IP tables output, dport, drop, where it did that, okay. The order of these rules is critical. IP tables will search the rules until it finds a match. This means that if the last two rules, dropping port 80 and 443, were placed before the domain rule, the user would never be able to reach Amazon.com, as the drop rules would match before reaching the domain rule. Yeah, so it's not going to let me. So if you guys don't know, this is HTTPS and this is HTTP. So it's basically saying that anytime I want to use the internet, it won't let me go to anywhere except this. I don't know. Let's see. That's how I read it. I'm not even thinking about it too much. I'm just trying to figure out really quick. I think that's how that works. This means that will never reach. Okay, the user would never reach Amazon.com, as the drop rules would match before reaching the domain. So when the local system attempts to connect to Amazon.com, they're blocked and the browser times out. So okay, so it's saying that it won't, because I added this one first. It's saying that I can output accept to Amazon.com, but these rules are next. Why would it drop them if I'm trying to go through? Well, this one is the one we're going to be using, right? 443. This is HTTPS, right? So then it's going to drop it. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Okay, wait. Let's look at this rule. The order of these rules is critical. IP tables will search the rules until it finds a match. Okay. This means that if the last two rules, dropping port 8 were placed before the domain rule, the user would never. Well, it wasn't placed before; it was placed after. I placed that first, didn't I? All right. Well, let's play with it. Finally, we can view the table by using. Man, I can't stand stupid the clip champ. It is so whack. It's not even funny. It's just so easy to use, and I don't feel like learning a whole new app. But it is terrible right now, man. They're doing so many upgrades or something, and it just crashes randomly. It's terrible. Anyways, so I'm basically this is the second time I've recorded this, but so it says finally we can view our tables by using the -l. So sudo iptables-l. So that's what I did. I got this. Okay. I'm trying to connect to anything, and it's not letting me. So it looks like the filter. It looks like the firewall's working. Let's do www.amazon.com, which is what? HTTP. Man, that's going to even HTTP. Well, none of them are supposed to work, right? So HTTP, which is 80, and HTTPS, which is 443, right? So none of this is working, which makes sense, right? I shouldn't be able to do anything, but let's look at the. So it said it follows the follows by order. So the first one here is Amazon AWS.com. What? So accept. It says it's supposed to accept TCP anywhere, but it is supposed to drop anywhere. So it's probably going to run through this, and then the last ones when it says drop, it's going to do that. So I want to erase those, right? I want to say, except, nope. Destination port, yeah, output, yeah. All right, so now that should anything TCP. Let's do anything 80. Now those should be it should still have these, right? But then it should have two more that say accept. So those should be the last two it follows, right? I don't know. Let's see. So now let's go into our did I close that? I can't stand that. Let's go to YouTube. So it should let us get on YouTube if my internet's working. Yeah, so it's still not letting us. Let's let that think for a second. Let's look at the list. See if it even updated our list. Yeah, see, accept. Anywhere. Drop, accept. Alright, so maybe my network's not working anyways. See, this is the fun of it, playing with the firewall and seeing how to get everything to work. Now we can come to Let's close this crap. Let's go here, and then let's play with this a little bit. Get it to work. So sudo. Okay, so to delete a table and start all over, we're gonna flush it. Okay, so let's flush that. Ah, shit. Oh, God, I forgot it's space. Or no, it's the arrow on this. Now we flushed them. Now let's go sudo IP tables dash list. So there's no policies, right? I should be able to get on this now and go to where I want to go. So if it's still not working, that means there's just something wrong with my NinjaNet. Okay, so now there's I typed in cats and it gave me a dog commercial. What kind of crap? Alright, so let's play with this. Let's do the first one. So the output, any output, it's got to do with that output. Watch. Any output on TCP port 80. Let's go to port 443. Now let's so it's dropping it. That's fine. Yeah, because we're going out, right? So that's what the output is. Oh, maybe that's what we did wrong last time. We changed the input. So yeah, drop TCP anywhere, but where's that? Where does it say output? It doesn't, huh? Anywhere? Well, we know that's the output there. Huh, that's interesting. Anywhere, out, right? I don't know. Let's put accept on the output. I shouldn't have to do port 80, so I mean, if I'm using HTTP, now I should be able to. So now it says accept. It's the same command, but I overrode it here because it comes in. Is it gonna do? See, this is what when you do PF sense firewalls, it is the rule that comes first that counts, not the rule that comes last, right? So it should still not work for how I see it. And it's not. Yeah, that makes sense. It's the first ones that it goes by, whatever comes first. So if I go F cleared them. Yep. 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 Yeah. So now it'll accept first and then drop later. It should just work, right? How many of these do I have open? So now it should work because that's the first rules, right? Yeah, it does. All right, so that's how it works. It's the first rules. Once you set the first rules in there, it's gonna. I'm assuming it's like code, line by line. So it'll check these first, and once those match, it'll let you. And then later, and then the second rules are null and void. And I think that's how PF Sense works. It's firewall software. I'm not too sure. I think it is the first rules it works, and then so you got to be careful what you put first. It does those first. But this is fun. So man, there you go, man. That's really fun. I like this book. Let's go ahead and clear these. And we learned a lot today. All right, so now when we list the table, we can see that we have a clean, safe slate for creating new table. Summary: IP tables provide the Linux practitioner, a cybersecurity professional, with a powerful and flexible firewall. With just a bit of knowledge and practice, they can create an effective firewall, rivaling the more expensive and complex commercial products, costing tens of thousands of dollars. Create a firewall. Okay, look, and then it gives you exercises. So you guys can do this at home, but we just did that. Create a firewall that enables you to connect to hackers Arise with no other and no other website on ports 80 and port 443. We can do this. I think I might start doing these exercises too. These are cool, and then we can figure out and then do them. Add a rule to block port 445. Flush these rules. So, you guys go and try to do this at home. Okay, you guys do the exercises, and then maybe the next video I'll do these exercises instead of the ones that I just did, right? But I mean, I think this is a fun book, and it's got how many chapters this sucker got? No tables of context because I just just scanned this in. So, the next chapter is chapter 5, Wi-Fi networks 802.11. Just in case when you see this, you don't know what it is. It's Wi-Fi. We're gonna learn a little bit about Wi-Fi and do some Wi-Fi stuff on the next video. So, I think we learned a lot in this one little chapter. It's cool. I did not know. I mean, I knew of IP tables, but I did not ever play with IP tables. Usually I use like pfSense firewall. I've done that, but this is built in and it's in Linux itself. It's just I wonder if when we're setting up pfSense, which one overrides which one. That'd be a cool little experiment. That do these firewalls come first? Does it override any firewalls that are set in place over pfSense on the network? I don't know, but I'm sure they can clash with each other, right? So, but this is just another tool we can use to do firewalls and stuff. So just fun things to learn. And I love this book already. It's the chapters are fast, they're quick, it's fun, and you learn a lot, and then you get some practical skills. So, all right, that was Hack the File. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know I did, and I feel good. I'm back, and I'm gonna start making new videos, more new videos constantly. Here in a minute, I'm trying to get my cybersecurity school up and running here in Idaho. We're gonna focus on like CompTIA certifications, getting prepped for that. Learn some ethical hacking. We're gonna do some, some basic level hacking, intermediate, and stuff like that. And I mean, it's just one hell of a good time. It's gonna be in that school. I'm so excited, and I'm so excited for Idaho Falls because it's gonna be a local source for more cybersecurity, networking, hacking, all that stuff. It's going to be great, and it's all hands-on, right? Because that's what my channel is about. That's what I'm all about. I'm more of a practitioner. I love to put my hands on assignments and stuff instead of just lectures and tests. So I'll have my students building stuff from the hardware up, and then virtual machines, everything. So it's just a one-stop basic shop to get people into cybersecurity on the basic level, and then get them all the way up into their basically can be SOC analysts and know what flags are, how to prevent them, how to set up firewalls and all that stuff. So it's going to be a really cool school. And this is one of the books that I'm going to be teaching out of. I'm going to actually have them set up some IP. I'm going to have them do these little exercises and stuff at the start, beginner friendly, and more advanced stuff later. So I mean, it's going to be a really fun school. Um, so I'm going to be either making I'm going to be finishing the CompTIA certification video, and then I'm going to get certified as soon as I get Idaho State board certified for the school. And then my next step from there would be workforce training certified, to allow people to get grants to come and train and learn practical cybersecurity. I call it practical cybersecurity because you're going to learn the higher level fundamentals, compliance and all that stuff, but you're going to be actually doing basic level, intermediate level, hands-on stuff, right? Like setting up firewalls and stuff, and a lot of command line, a lot of this stuff. So I mean, I'm so excited. All right, well, see you on the next video, and I hope you had fun.